The sudden and tragic death of a beloved singer and youth icon of one sort in the northeast, Zubeen Garg, has left Assam and his fans around the world in deep sorrow. As probe continues to intensify to identify the events leading up to his death and reveal the exact cause, let's take a look at the key events that have actually unfolded since that heartbreaking day. So what happened? It all started on September 19th. Zubeen Garg died during a yacht, it was a yacht outing of sorts, if you can call it, in Singapore. The initial cause of death was declared as drowning. In response, Assam quickly declared 3 days of state mourning to honor the legendary singer and his immense contribution to music and otherwise as well. By September 22nd, with some questions emerging around the circumstances of his death, the Assam government ordered a second post-mortem on Zubeen's body to ensure a thorough investigation. His wife, of course, said yes, and it was done. On the 23rd then, Zubeen Garg's final rites were held with full state honors. Thousands of fans, friends, well-wishers came together to pay their last respect during the funeral procession, making a poignant moment of collective grief. In fact, reports go on to say that a congregation of that sort, so many people didn't even get together when we had icons like Lata Mangeshkar pass out. It's been compared to how people and the number of people who got together being compared to what happened during the Jackson time and otherwise. So it's a massive gathering. And that's when a lot of flip seems to have happened. Then the case took a more serious turn. On September 24th, a special investigation team or an SIT was formed to look deeper into the circumstances surrounding his death. The very next day, the CID concluded and raids were carried out at the homes of Zubeen's manager, Siddhartha Sharma, and the festival organizer, Shekhar Mahanta. The SIT and the CID continued their investigation over the next few days, and 2 days later, in fact, just about 2 days ago from now actually, on the 1st of October, both Siddhartha and Mahanta were arrested by the Assam Police. They were also charged with murder and sent to 14 days of custody. You see how quickly they managed to whip up evidence, how quickly they managed to investigate and put things in order enough to sort of put them in custody altogether. And then the probe expanded further yesterday when the singer Mahanta and the musician there, Shekhar Goswami, were also arrested and grilled by the SIT for 7 hours. And now the Singapore police has handed over Zubeen Garg's autopsy report to India and confirmed their full cooperation with the investigation. Authorities here are now widening the probe and pursuing the murder charges. So far, it was just an unfortunate death. Now, it's a full-fledged alleged murder. This remains very sensitive and a complex case, and it continues to unfold every day. Zubeen Garg's wife, Garima, in an exclusive interview to India Today, also spoke about his death and raised some disturbing questions about negligence and that she believes what exactly led to his passing. She says that Zubeen was visibly exhausted that day. He had a medical condition. Doctors had warned him, no water, no fire, no driving as well. And yet, he was taken to that yacht party, what looked like a yacht party. Those videos are everywhere now. We'll play them up for you also in a bit. And he was allowed to swim. She says allowed to swim without a life jacket. But in the videos, if you see, he jumped in twice, once with the life jacket, once without. Now, Garima is, of course, heartbroken and angry. She goes on to say, why was my husband treated like this? She also asks, adding that there were no medical help, no security, and that such negligence is just unforgivable. As the investigation deepens, so do the questions, and so does the grief. But how much of it is actually true? Is it getting politicized in any way? Is the fact that there were so many young people affected by this story, that there are different colors that could be given to it? We'll explore all of that. Let me bring on my colleague next on the program. With me is now Kaushik. He's the executive editor for India Today magazine. Kaushik, just help us unpack this story, please. On day one, when we reported about the story, and that's the video we're talking about, the first jump he made was with the life jacket, the other one without it. It was a simple case of drowning. How has this simple case of drowning now, in a matter of just a week or so, turned into a full-fledged alleged murder?
Ever since he died, when the news came to Assam, most people in Assam, they were demanding an investigation into his death, because their primary allegation was that why Zubeen was taken to Singapore, knowing that for last 2-3 years he was very unwell, he was in and out of hospital. So in that context, why he was taken abroad and allowed to perform, and then he was taken to water, because as Garima has mentioned, doctors had said that he should not go near water, fire, and he should not drive because he was having seizures. That there had been some 5-6 episodes of seizure. It's in public domain. So what Garima yesterday said, most people in Assam, they are saying the same thing. So it was a part of negligence on the part of the people who organized the event, that's Shamkanu Mahanta, and the people who took him to the yacht. That has been the primary demand. So the government initiated investigation right in the very beginning. The CM took initiative, and it was decided that an SIT was formed, and they asked for the autopsy report from Singapore. In fact, when the people in Assam, they said that the autopsy report in Singapore would not do, there should be an autopsy done in Guwahati itself. So his cremation was delayed by a day and autopsy was conducted.
Do we know what did that autopsy say?
So both,
did it infer?
No, not yet. It hasn't been made public. There had been some social media post of that Singapore autopsy, which said that it's a case of drowning. Unofficial sources, when I contacted Singapore people, most of them have said that
but the autopsy happened a few days ago. They should be able to make it public, no?
Yes, they should be able to, but it would be given, sent to the government, and it will be made public probably soon. So the curious case is that the day the autopsy report was handed over to Indian government, that very day the government slapped murder charges on Shamkanu Mahanta and Siddharth Sharma, because before that it was culpable homicide not amounting to murder, causing death by negligence, which most people in Assam were saying. But now there have been a speculation that there could have been a kind of conspiracy to take Zubeen to water, knowing that he is unwell, and could have been a conspiracy behind which is now speculated as murder. But all these things should be very clear once the investigation is complete. It would be very unfair on our part to make any judgments, because we have seen in the past. But I can tell you, many people can ask why the government is taking this action, why government is thinking that it's a murder, when probably it was a clear case of drowning. I believe what has happened in the past in our neighborhood, say for instance in Bangladesh and in Nepal, the Gen Z generation, Zubeen was called a heartthrob in Assam, and he had tremendous following among the Gen Z. The moment the Gen Z is agitated, so no government would take any risk with the sentiments. So I believe the government is taking the right path. It has initiated an investigation so that there is a clear understanding of what exactly had happened, and the government can respond to the public sentiment that it's taking, it's fulfilling their demands, that there is a clear investigation into.
I think that's the key. You seem to be suggesting that government has taken the public sentiment in mind, and that's why a thorough investigation is being carried out. But how much of it is actually truth or not? Because I'm not seeing any reports out in public. Let me bring on Rijoy Das, who joins us, my colleague from Guwahati. Rijoy, what exactly is the status of this second autopsy? What does it say compared to what Singapore said? Because that is pretty conclusive so far, right? That they said it's no foul play, it's a clear case of drowning. And what is the Indian autopsy report saying? And importantly, why is it still under wraps?
Yeah, so as far sources, what we are getting is that the autopsy report from Singapore has shown no case of foul play, and the Indian autopsy, the second autopsy, which has been done on September, after just hours before the cremation of Zubeen Garg, this autopsy report is also, the government is also trying to find out if there is any foul play, but the autopsy reports is not showing any kind of sign of foul play yet. But we cannot confirm this until and unless a valid report comes out. But there are no foul play as per now, and Zubeen Garg reportedly died because of drowning. And also, the latest development that we are getting is that Siddharth Goswami, Shekhar Jyoti Goswami, sorry, the drummer of Zubeen Garg, and Amritprava Mahanta has been arrested by CID, and they have been produced in a special court, but they are given 14-day judicial custody. And the most important part is that the thing that we are getting is that Amritprava was the one who was she was releasing the videos of Zubeen Garg's last moments in social media. So these are the all details that we are getting as of now.
So, Rejoy, importantly, you're saying even the Indian autopsy report that happened, you're saying it has not found any foul play. So, I'm trying to understand on what basis are these arrests being made? What is the basis? What is the evidence? They took just about 2 days to make a lot of these arrests. 4 people have been arrested. 2 autopsies have been done. But do we know any linkage? Do we know any connection, any evidence at all?
See, many things are clouded in this case, but the CID and SIT has imposed some sections of the BNS for murder charges against the 4 arrested, and they will be they are as you know, they are being produced in the like special court where they are given 14 days judicial remand. And the thing that is very interesting is that the CID has already questioned the drummer Shekhar Jyoti Goswami initially, but he was he was let go. But now he has been arrested again. So there are few things which are still clouded, but we are trying to get down, and we are trying to get the details as soon as possible for our viewers.
All right, Kaushik, let me come back to you then. You see the dilemma. No evidence, no autopsy report. We don't even know why the connections, but 4 arrests. Is this so? The question is very simple. Are we trying to just cater into a public sentiment? Is the government doing that? If not, and this is just in the realm of speculation, of course, if not, then they should be able to put out the evidence. No, why are they hiding it? Why is the autopsy report also not out?
No, the government is not hiding. The autopsy report from Singapore came yesterday. I believe that has been handed over to Garima, and that should be made public, of course. And the autopsy report from the Guwahati Medical College, I believe it hasn't come yet. I believe the Assam CM is making a statement at 6 p.m. today, and the whole investigation, the whole process, as I have mentioned, is to not leave anything to the realm of speculation, so that the public sentiment is satisfied and nobody can question the establishment that it's trying to shield anyone which have been found not guilty but accused of doing something wrong to Zubeen. And perhaps after Garima made that serious allegation that she suspects foul play, it's very important for the government to cater to her sentiment and to public sentiment, because things can go haywire. As I mentioned, that when Gen Z is involved, every politician is very cautious these days.
Absolutely. But Kaushik, explain one more thing to me. Zubeen's wife has had a back and forth a little bit on her understanding of the manager's role here. Could you just spell that out for us as well, because that's also a little dubious?
Yeah, it was very surprising. Initially, she had made an appeal to people that please do not harm Siddharth, and please let him come to take part in the funeral. And then later, as yesterday to our interview, she said that she suspects foul play, and she mentions almost everyone involved in the yacht and those who accompanied Zubeen to that place. Maybe over a period of time, from the time she made that appeal to now, she probably has got hold of some information, or she found details of financial transactions or something more. Maybe that's why she is making all these allegations, and she is expecting the government and the police forces to do a clean investigation into his death. She probably wants a closure, because lots of videos are coming. The account that she gave, that she was not allowed to see Zubeen over video and all those things.
Got it.
Now that she has got into a sense, or there is some calm around, because she was surrounded by too many people at that time.
Got it.
So probably in a relaxed environment, she is now piecing together all the puzzles.
Well, here's hoping that justice comes out real quick, like we've been saying. 4 arrests have been made, 2 autopsies have been done, but there's no clarity, there's no link, there's no evidence that has been put out. We really want to know what that is all about. And at the end of the day, what anybody wants is a clean investigation to understand, not pandering to one thought or a process, or not pandering even to the public, but to understand the truth, nothing but the truth.